Hey there guys, Gone Lead here, bringing you some of Elite Dangerous. This is actually the first video that I've actually recorded of the game since I did my little update video as of recently, my little VR update video. This one, as you can see, I've recorded fully in VR. I personally think it actually breathes new life into the game, so that's part of the reason why I did it. Reason for this video is that there has been a new major update that actually came out for Elite Dangerous that actually has the majority of the community in a bit of a tizzy. It is the new update that actually you might have seen on the title here is the Return. Now, what this is it is actually the alien race known as the Thargoids have actually made their return into Elite Dangerous, and a lot of people are kind of going nuts about this because of the simple fact that the Thargoids apparently mean bad news bear to the Elite Dangerous saga, or the Elite Dangerous universe. That's what I'm looking for. Now, for me, this actually presents kind of an interesting opportunity because I'm actually highly curious to see what the Thargoids are all about and see what the whole commotion is for what's going on with the Thargoid race. When did I become Elmer Fudd? Race. In terms of like what's going on, what their intents are, various things like that. And this video is more of a response to it, not only for kind of like YouTube in case if anyone's interested in the game, but also for the Elite Dangerous forums where I will be posting this up. I do encourage you guys to also check out the game for those of you that don't have it, because this game is really beginning to pick up in terms of a plot and in terms of like what the game really is. Granted, a lot of people call it Space Trucker Simulator. I kind of do too, but even then too, still is quite nice to be able to go around the galaxy, our galaxy no less, and be able to see the sights and kind of experience our galaxy as it is right now. So without further ado, let's get it on. So, first thing to cover, I do understand that the Thargoids are a very new threat in this game. A lot of people view them as purely hostile because apparently in the Elite lore they are actually a hostile race. Apparently there was a whole hidden war or some bullshit like that actually transpired when it came to the Thargoids in the past. Now, I haven't delved too deeply into this, so I'm still kind of exploring this whole thing myself, so I do understand that I may be wrong in a couple of fields, so I do encourage you guys to correct me where possible. But otherwise, though, one thing that I did notice, or one thing that I do understand that is going on about these Thargoids, is that a lot of people are thinking that, or aren't actually 100% certain what they're here for. Apparently they were put down in the past, now they're back again. This big guy that you're seeing here is one of those Thargoids. And honestly, when I first saw him, I nearly shit myself. Like, bar none. I nearly did. Granted, sun's in the background, so you can't really see his front. Let's just put it this way, he's got a very flowery look to him. Now, one thing that I did notice about them is that they are searching for something. I've seen them go after damaged and occupied escape pods, meta-alloys, and Thargoid probes or sensors. I'll touch base on that in just a little bit. No one's really certain what they're after, and some people are actually thinking that they are capturing those escape pods to help us. That's actually one of the theories that I've heard about. I'm not 100% convinced on that, and what you're seeing here is an example of it. As you saw earlier, I was trying to strafe around him to maybe check out the crash site, find out what's going on. Maybe see if I can salvage some of the wreckage while he's doing this. Instead, he was blocking me the entire time. I couldn't get around him. Here is another thing as well. If the Thargoids want to help us, why would they turn hostile when we get close? Apparently, the Thargoids like to attack indiscriminately, or have a habit of doing that. I've not encountered that once out of the 20 Thargoids that I've actually seen. Every time that I've seen them engage, a ship was too close, a friendly ship no less. This is both concurrent and contradictory to what that theory states in terms of them trying to help us out. If they are wanting to help, why would they turn hostile? Why would they why would they try to engage us? Or even then, two, in this case, why would they try to block us from even checking out the crash site? They're looking for something, and no one knows what. I'm highly curious as to what it is. Now, here's the really weird thing about it. This weird thing about their combat tactics is that I was actually recording this with, I did a prior recording with one of my friends that actually has this game, to maybe try to see if we can get some escape pods before the Thargoids did. We got mixed success on that itself. Thargoids do seem to actually get a little bit hostile when you do capture a piece of cargo that they're going after. This guy here, he already deployed his fighters, so he's not really going to back off. And as you see there, he started pulling in the escape pod before I could even approach it and try to capture it. So I just decided to close up the cargo scoop and just let them go. If they are aiming to search for something or want something, then what actually doesn't seem concurrent with that theory about them trying to help is that they would turn hostile at the capturing of their cargo. The fact that they would just deploy fighters at that exact moment, it seems a little weird to me. If I were in the Thargoid's place, I'd just simply shrug it off, let him have the cargo, and then if I knew that it belonged to him, and then just continued on from there. It seems just a little off to me that they would do that, turn hostile at the capturing of the cargo that they're about to capture as well, unless if maybe the Thargoids are controlled by players, which I highly doubt. It'd be kind of interesting if it was, but I don't think that's going to be the case. One of the other theories about the Thargoids too that I do understand about is that some people are thinking that there are two Thargoid factions. The ones that we are working with, or that we are seeing here, I should say. Some people are claiming are wanting to help us. Maybe they're trying to run from something, but no one really knows for certain. If they are trying to run for something, then we may as well be the forerunners at this point, just in terms of that, because apparently if that is the case, then Frontier may be taking inspiration from Halo in the way it's working. Honestly, I really don't know what it is. All I know is that they are looking for something, and I don't 100% understand what. But I'm not 100% certain or even convinced that there are two Thargoid factions. Well, I say that, and the Galactic Net News thus far has actually mentioned about several Thargoid attacks against civilian vessels. From what I can tell, the civilian vessels are ranging from Orca-class civilian cruise liners and cargo transports both. But I've not actually paid any attention to it, aside from just skimming through the Galnet news stories thus far. So if it really is two factions, then apparently the other faction's already here, and we just haven't really seen them. At least not that I've seen, anyways. Now, touching back on the sensor that I mentioned that these guys have been collecting, I witnessed one in a prior recording that I did that I deleted because there was no audio on it. Actually, go after and collect a Thargoid probe. Now, these probes have been kind of rare and scarce since prior to 2.4, like since the first Thargoid's appearance. No one really knows what they're for, but I have some theories on that. One thing that Elite Dangerous players may have noticed since the Thargoid's arrival is that anytime a Thargoid is about to jump out, the ship's onboard computer mentions frameshift uplink detected. I think that they have their own frameshift drive network, or their frameshift hyperspace network. It also holds water with the fact that they do not appear to have their own sublight engines, or in this case supercruise, as it's officially called in friggin' Elite Dangerous. I just call it sublight because, well, you hear that in most other games. If that is true, then that could mean that they use the probes to map out their locations, and then use wormhole like technology to actually open up a pathway to the location that they want to go to. I believe this is actually scientifically known as an Einstein-Rosen bridge. I really don't know. Not exactly a scientist to say the least. I might be talking out of my ass here at this point. If that is true, then that does mean that the Thargoids have the ability to literally pop in and out of wherever they want where those probes are located, using just the ability to go extreme distances without having to use up much fuel. Now, this uplink itself has me quite curious, because as you may have seen with that Thargoid's jump out, is that there was something on the other side. It was kind of blurry, it was, I will agree on that, but there was something on the other side. Looked like a station or a nebula or something. I really would love to know what's on the other side of that wormhole. Like, even sending a probe through it. The only issue is that how would we do that? Because apparently that uplink allows the Thargoids through to get into, well, wherever it is that they want to go. If there's a way to actually spoof that uplink signal to basically project a frameshift wormhole, that would actually allow us to be able to check out what's on the other side and potentially see if the Thargoids are running from something or if they are trying to save our people, basically. Well, I say our people. Nevertheless, though, that's actually one of my biggest theories, is that they have their own frameshift network, or their own hyperspace network that basically allows them to go anywhere they want, that they've already got mapped out. And if technology like that becomes available within Elite Dangerous universe, outside of the Thargoids, that would grant the ability to traverse the entire galaxy in a blink of an eye, or even then too within a couple of minutes, provided that there's probes or navigational information. I mean, personally, if that does become a thing, I kind of want to go to Sagittarius A and see what a black hole looks like in this game. I'd imagine it's dangerous as fuck, but you know, it's kind of one of those cool ideas, you know. But anyways, though, that is primarily it for this little observational study. As I mentioned, this video is just primarily my own observations in terms of what these Thargoids are and what they can do. I might be reiterating information that may already be common knowledge to the Elite Dangerous fan base, but hell, for those of you at home that are not in Elite Dangerous and want to know what this game is like, this is definitely a fine time to check it out, because the game is definitely picking up steam, and I really want to see where the universe goes from here. Honestly, I never get tired of being able to traverse the galaxy, just be able to sightsee around the entire galaxy that we live in. The only thing that I haven't seen thus far is the Sol system, which is where Terra Firma is. So, but anyways, though, that is primarily it for this video today. Once again, I do thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button down below to let me know. And if you also want to help my channel grow, feel free to subscribe and spread the word as well. Otherwise, though, thanks again, guys, for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!